Hey there, Al Perhax. I'm the author, creator, visionary behind the Mind Force Master Systems Manual, and I just wanted to share a concept with you that I got an email on. And this is only going to take a couple minutes, but I think if you utilize this technique, it's really going to open up your mind if you've never done something like this. So I'm going to take it directly out of my manual, and what it is what I call the Auric Lie Detector. You know, we all have an aura. And if you don't know what an aura is, the aura is that energy system that's going around your body. You can maybe see mine if you're sensitive enough. You can see it. But you can also see others. Now, how do you see an aura? I'm going to make this really simple for you and not complicate matters. But the fact of the matter is the aura is that energy, and you can tell what somebody's like just from their aura. You can tell if they're healthy. You can tell if they're in great shape. You can tell if they're in a great mood. You can tell if they're lying. And that's what I'm going to talk about today is the Auric Lie Detector. How can you tell if somebody's actually lying to you? Well, in order to see someone's aura, the easiest way to get accustomed to doing it is to take, let's say, a partner, a friend, or something like that, put them against a light-colored wall. And you just want to relax down, you know, just kind of take some deep breaths, and you want to get what I call a sleepy eye peripheral vision, where you just kind of squint a little bit. Because what that does is it allows you to kind of see out of the roots of your eyes, which is peripheral. And you want to look at that person, and you want to kind of you want to defocus from them. You don't want to just straight out, but it's defocused view. And you want to start to see that aura that's around the person. You can use candles in a dimly lit room to make it a little bit more effective, but you can start to see the aura. Another great tip is if you're in large audiences, rock concert, church service, anything where there's a lot of people that are there for a common reason, you're going to pick up the aura. And if you just relax back, you can take a look and you can see those auras going around, and you can see different colors. It's pretty cool stuff. But unless you think about it, unless you actually do it, you don't really recognize it. So what's the Auric Lie Detector? How do you tell if somebody's lying? Well, number one, you got to get good at recognizing the auras. And so, as you see somebody's aura, you can see the way it is in its natural state. And then, so obviously this is a technique that you would use with a friend. Again, same friend that's standing against the wall so you can view the aura, is that you look at their aura and then you come up with some questions. And so just like when somebody goes into a lie detector test, they give them sample questions that they know that they can answer affirmatively. So for instance, what's your name, where do you live, what date were you born? So they can kind of determine your standard rate. And then they will start to ask you questions. They're increasingly more difficult for you to answer truthfully. Well, the same thing's true with the Auric Lie Detector, is once you see what somebody's aura looks like, is you start to throw them questions that you know that they're going to lie to. Now, obviously, it's a test, and you know, you would let them do it for a few minutes, then you would do it for a few minutes, and you test it back and forth. And when you get good at this, I mean, you could be in a business meeting and you could ask somebody a question like, you know, how far along are we in the process? Is this a product or service or software or whatever it is that you're really considering? Now, if the person's lying to you and you picked up their aura is going to start to pulse. It's going to get thicker. It's going to kind of resonate out like this, because they're trying to find the truthful answer, which is that they don't want to buy your software, let's say, or your product or your service, and so it goes out like this. If they are truthful and saying, oh yes, we're certainly considering your software, you're going to notice that that aura is going to be going around more like this than bulging out like that. It's going to be more consistent, because what happens is when you tell a lie, you know you're telling a lie, your subconscious knows you're telling a lie, and your subconscious knows they're telling a lie too. You just have to be able to tap into that and figure it out. Now, this will take some flight time. This is going to take some time for you to get used to it, but it's really a cool technique to get down. I can talk to people and I can pretty much read them almost instantly. I mean, but it's been years of practice to do that. I'm not 100%, obviously. Nobody is. But the fact of the matter is, the more you do this, the better you're going to get at reading that energy, reading that aura. Now, for me, I read people's energy even better, not even from viewing it, but from feeling it. I can feel somebody's energy. I can ask you a question if you were sitting across from me, and I can feel the energy. I can feel that energy pulsing out at me, either in a positive or negative fashion. I can tell if you're lying to me. If you say something that I know is not true, I pick it up immediately. So that's kind of like phase 2. And a lot of times people go with the R, which is also good, but when you can feel it directly, it's even more effective. Just a few of the techniques that I teach in my Mind Force Master Systems Manual. Promise this, you won't find better techniques really anywhere than what you're going to find here. I break them down. Obviously with the full course I go into a lot more detail. But it's interesting information that, again, it's not just reading. It's taking a concept, it's taking a technique like it just showcased for you, and it's drilling it over and over again. And see, that's the difference between somebody that's an action taker and somebody that just wants information for information purposes. And let's just say that if you just want information purposes, then you can get this information anywhere. But if you really want application, that's really what I teach. But hopefully you got some great information from this. I want you to take this technique and try it out. When you're in a public restaurant or anywhere, just take a look at people. Kind of, like I said, do that sleepy eye, peripheral vision, and just take a look around and see what you see, number one. And number two, feel what you feel. And then talk to people and even ask them questions that you know that you're going to get an answer that is going to be something they have to think about. And when somebody has to think about something, number one, either they're going to lie about it, or number two, they're going to tell the truth about it. You'll notice the difference in their energy. You'll also notice the difference in the way they respond to you. So take this technique, take this tip, utilize it. You're going to get a great amount of usefulness out of it, and it works. It's a terrific technique. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. So long.